everyone, before we continue today's video, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Casetify. Look, we all love our phones. You can play games on them. It keeps you up to date with the news. Heck, you can even use your phones to watch some banger content. But you know what's not a banger? Breaking your phone, which is why Casetify is here to stop just that. Keep your phone safe from drops and germs while also protecting your mega hip style. Casetify cases are slim and protective. Engineered with a 2-layer construction of Chi-Tech material, impact cases are 6.6 feet drop test approved, while ultra impact cases like this one can be dropped from 9.8 feet. Don't believe me? Well, I will show you.
Oh, it's just me texting being a completely normal guy. Oh, gee, that step is bigger than I thought it was. Thankfully, I have a Casetify case. Am I in the shot? My Casetify.
Casetify has a ton of design and customization choices, allowing you to choose a color, print, and style to match your grace. Or if you're just looking for some fun case designs, they have a ton of those too. Casetify sent me a bunch of cases to try out and drop as I see fit, and normally I'm kind of a Dees guy. I'll be honest, I've been loving the Dees. But you know what? Let's switch it up, alright? Let's go with Banana Arson Frog, okay? Or heck, I might even try my He case to show everyone I'm in a silly, goofy mood. With their impact and ultra impact cases made of 50% recycled materials and being shipped in 100% compostable packaging, printed with eco-friendly ink. And my favorite part, their Defensify antimicrobial coating eliminates 99% of bacteria by preventing the growth of microbes and preventing bacteria from sticking on it in the first place. So they're stylish, they're safe, they're clean, and they're saving the planet. What is there not to love? And tell you what, I'll even let you in on a secret. All right, scoot in, get over here. Since we like you so much, if you head on over to casetify.com/scooch, you can get 15% off your order. 15%. You know how much of a steal that is? One more massive shout out to Casetify for sponsoring the content again and again. You guys are amazing, and be sure to go to casetify.com/scooch to get 15% off your order while protecting your phone with the best cases there are. Okay, now let's get back into the video. Now, Jungle is told him when to boom to play sometime, and that's why I find it the hardest. You know, hey, I've thought about this a million times, and you want to know why? Because a lot of people come into my stream, and the first thing they ask, first-time chatters, they come in here and they're like, hey, what's the hardest role to play in League of Legends? And I've always just been like, oh, it might be this, it might be this, it might be this, it might be this. But I never sat down and actually thought about it. And again, this is going to be the Scooch list. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to get melted. I don't want to get blown up. Number 1. Top. The interesting thing about top, right? Because a lot of people, they will die on the hill that top is an easy role. Because honestly, a lot of games as a top laner, you do end up spending the least time in fights. Obviously, you're fighting the enemy top laner, but you spend a lot of time split pushing or meeting split pushers and just doing whatever you can to get pressure for your team and then TPing in when you need to. But the reason why I would argue that top is a very, very, very hard role is because there's no other role in the game where counter picks are that annoying. There is no other role in the game where getting counterpicked will end the game for you as bad as top lane. When you get counterpicked on a top laner that is like a really bad counterpick, oh my goodness. Another thing that is very interesting about top that is super duper, and I mean the most annoying thing ever, is that top lane is always the what the lane. Because tomorrow, Yone is a top laner. The day after, it's Graves. The day after, Soraka. Hey, guess who's good now? It's Sona, everybody. Welcome, Sona. Now we're back to Sion. Ornn's the best top laner. Shen's good again, and now Quinn. There's no other role that does that. Top lane has dealt with some of the most annoying and shittiest things that I have ever seen in like all of League of Legends. If you guys remember the meta where they would send supports top that just wouldn't farm and they would make a lot of gold off of their item, oh, that was bad. Or old Soraka top that could just star call you. Or on hit Nico top. Teemo's fucking blind. Teemo's blind is a goddamn... It's 3 seconds. It's 3 seconds now, man. On just about every character I play, that renders me useless. That means if he blinds me, I can walk away from my computer for 3 seconds and come back, and I would still be of the same use to my team when I'm playing goddamn Tryndamere or Nasus. You know what I mean? So top, the reason why top is so effed up is because the top lane meta, it switches a lot. and counter picks top lane are pretty fucked up. At least mid lane, like, oh no, they chose a Zed. They chose a Zed into Veigar. That's gonna be a little bit annoying. It is not as bad because you could still farm up as either of those characters. But top lane, if you just get a bad matchup, you're fucked. Hope to God the jungle ganks you, but you guys know the golden rule. In solo queue, your jungler will never gank top lane. Theirs will. Their jungler will live top lane, but your jungler forgets that it exists. So I'll say top is pretty difficult. This is the start. This is where we're starting. Bada bing. Now we're gonna go in the jungle. Is jungle harder or is it more simple than top lane? I don't think we even have to talk about it. I think everyone here is in the exact same brain pattern as me. I think we're all on the same wavelength. It is way harder. Jungle is easily one of the hardest fucking roles in the game. And you can argue, oh, but as a jungler, you don't have to lane. You don't have to deal with trading. You don't have to. The shit you have to deal with as a jungler is like 900 times worse. As a jungler, you have to actually, and this is a crazy thing, all right? You have to actually look at the minimap. You have to look at the minimap. If you don't look at the minimap as a jungler, if you don't pan around and see who flashes, nobody's timing flashes in most elos. Nobody's going in there and typing it in the chat. You know, junglers are, they need to know the most about the game. They need to know who they can gank. They need to know who's ahead. They need to know who's not a dog shit player. Because the most painful thing in the world is ganking somebody, seeing them miss all of their skill shots, and then realizing your time was wasted. On top of that, as a jungler, and I know there's a lot of jungle mains in the chat that can agree with me, as a jungler, you have a secondary role. It used to be you could split push as well. You can't really split push much anymore. They nerfed it because of funnel strats or whatever. But there's a new secondary role, especially in the newer seasons. Everyone's tryharding now. Everybody's a know-it-all. Everybody thinks they're the best League of Legends player in the world. As a jungler, the secondary role you have to do is be a children's psychologist. You know how many games we won because as a jungler, I'm like, please don't FF. We got this. All we gotta do is our best. No, top laner, don't FF, please! I'm on my way up, I'm gonna gank for you. I bought you a pink and everything, please. On top of that, junglers are in most of the fights, if not all of the fights. Because if you're a jungler that's not there for Dragon, you're inting. If you're a jungler that's not there for Rift Herald, you're inting. If you're a jungler that's not there for Baron, you're inting. On top of that, you have to gank. So you fight the top laner, the mid laner, and the bot lane before they even got a chance to fucking meet each other. You get more acquainted with the enemy team than they do with themselves because your ass is supposed to be up there. And don't forget, as a jungler, and this is what you signed up for. You shouldn't have chosen the freaking role. Everything that happens is your fault. Did the top laner get 1v1'd? You should have been there, dumbass. Did the mid laner lose a 1v1 because they missed all of their skill shots? Should have been there. What are you, a fucking idiot? Did the bot lane get ganked from a very obvious path? Did the enemy jungler just walk up and kill the bot lane? It's your fault. Why weren't you there? It's just a jungle difference. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a jungle main. You guys know I'm a jungle main. But I'm not gonna lie. If I ever lose as a top laner, or if I ever lose as a mid laner, it's a jungle difference. So, is jungle harder or easier? I am going to say it is definitely harder. Boom. So far, jungle is harder than top lane, okay? Mid lane, now look, there's a lot of ways we can slice this pie. Because as a mid laner, you are technically a second jungler. Like, you know you're a second jungler. If you're a good mid laner, you're a second jungler. If you're a mid laner that stays in lane and just pushes nonstop, you're playing it fucking wrong. You're 100% playing it wrong. You're supposed to push. You're supposed to get prio when there's objectives coming up. You're supposed to ward deep and put pink wards in the enemy jungle or in the pixel brushes or whatever the heck. You have to do a lot for the team as a mid laner in the sense of like getting vision and stuff. However, mid lane counter matchups is not that bad. It's either going to be caster versus caster, assassin versus assassin, or assassin versus caster. That's it. And all of those can somewhat farm against each other. On top of that, the itemization for mid laners is pretty good. So it's like, as a mid laner, yes, you do have to get a little bit of vision, but your lane matchups aren't that hard. If you're going too hard and then you're dying all the time, it's because you're not playing your character. It's so rare that you play a game mid and then you go, fuck, I lost in champ select. It happens, don't get me wrong. I've had a game where Sion was really strong in the meta. I locked in Zed and they locked in Sion mid. And it was like, okay, I'm neutralized. I can't do anything. I can't kill this guy. So I went to go gank, and guess what? Sion has his fucking ult. So he could gank better than I can. It happens. You can kind of lose in champ select, but honestly, mid laners, I think because of their potential to be carried, their potential to be babied. Like, look at a League of Legends map real quick. Let's see. Just mathematically speaking, the jungler will be mid more than anywhere else. They have to cross mid. They consistently have to cross mid. If they're going for the dragon, they have to go through the river in mid, you know, like in the mid side. If they're going for the herald, they have to go for the herald through mid. Or as a mid laner, you are going to get assistance from your jungler. If your jungler doesn't gank for you, they just fucking hate you. You should watch your mouth because you said something to piss them off. So I think that mid laners, they have an easier time than junglers for damn sure. And they have an easier time than top laners because it's a rare instance that your jungle hates you as a mid laner, but that's like a 90% thing as a top laner. That's a wrap. So I'm going to go, boom, easy peasy. ADC is hard, no cap. Okay. Okay, buddy, relax. ADCs are harder than top? Are you joking? You're saying that ADCs are harder than top? In the current meta, where there is Gale Force, if you need an escape and don't get peel, when there is a shield bow that literally makes you unburstable and hard as shit to kill, when there is a fucking Kraken Slayer, so if you need to melt down a tank, you can. You think ADC is harder than top? ADC, the only thing that's hard about being an ADC is the fact that you have a support with you. That's it. Oh, but positioning. Positioning is so hard as an ADC. Oh no, imagine how hard positioning is as somebody who has to melee that can't build Gale Force. Imagine that positioning. Oh shit, positioning as Caitlyn is so hard. I have to stand 1,200 units away and click on this guy. What about Jhin? Fourth shot? This motherfucker's already in Kenya. Try to right-click a Jhin when he fourth shots. Tell me where he's at. I had a Jhin so fucking fast in one of my games that I had to use GPS to find out where this fucker was. Every single ADC. Let's look at the fucking role. Aphelios, yes. Agreed. Aphelios, hard. I'm sorry about that. Ashe, oh no. She's so hard to kill because she has a point and blank stun. And if she's point and blank with you, you don't dodge that. It is instant. You have to predict it or you're just dead. So and on top of that, good luck getting to her because she has a perma slow on just her auto attacks. Caitlyn, net, dash, Corki, package or no package, that W's big as shit. Draven, another Jhin. Motherfucker's out before he's even in. Ezreal has a blink. Graves has 56,000 armor and a dash that comes up through auto attacks. Jhin, fast as fuck, boy. Jinx, kind of hard. If only she had some sort of flame chomper that can be a trap that makes it so that you can't get to her. Maybe Riot adds that. Kai'Sa, invisibility and dash and Gale Force. Kalista. Kalista. And another thing, ADCs have the biggest fucking ego I've ever seen in my life. I don't care what anyone says, bro. ADC is the ego role. It's the everybody, let me farm. Gank for me, make sure I have a lead, and you stupid fucking support, if you don't peel for me, I'm just gonna leave. So ADCs, are they dead in matchups? No. If you're picking an ADC that dies in the lane because the matchup was so bad, you're picking a dog shit ADC. Just play passive. Having to play passive is not the same as a top lane mismatch where you don't play. As a top laner, there are literal counter picks where you do not play the game. You don't play the game. As an ADC, oh man, I got counter picked. Now I can't get kills. Trying to commune with a support that you don't know. Yes, yeah, I agree with you. Garbage playing. That is the hardest part about being an ADC. The hardest part about being an ADC is without your support, you're useless. Everything else, but positioning, I'm gonna let you know right now, okay? Oh, but being an ADC is so hard. Right now, everyone here can look at this real quick. In a team fight, this is my team. This is my team. Who do you kill on the enemy team in a team fight? Who do you kill? Yeah. You're right. It is fucking Echo. He is 19-5 full build. Yes, you kill the Echo. 100% you kill the Echo. And nobody's an idiot. Oh, but ADCs, they're so high prio. If there's a Master Yi jungle that did better than you, I guarantee you could stand wherever the fuck you want. They're gonna look at that fucking Master Yi like he's a bag of crack. The high priority target isn't always the ADC. The high priority target is the one that has the capacity to do the best in the game and deal the most damage in fights. So oftentimes as an ADC, especially in games where you're forced to play passively, people are going to go for the Yi or the Echo. They're not going to go for the ADC. They're not going to go Kalista. No, they're going to go, wow, this Echo has 30 fucking kills. Let's get this guy, huh? Wow, you sit there in the back and you right click him and you wait and you hope to God that someone dies. And then if someone jumps at you, guess what? Gale Force. Oh no, Master Yi is the hard carry. We need damage to kill. ADCs, they do struggle with relevance, but that doesn't have to do with how difficult the position is. The main thing that makes the position difficult is not knowing your support. That's it. That is the thing that makes the position difficult. So, where does ADC go here? I am going to put ADC below mid, because another fun thing about ADCs, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. ADCs, out of everyone here, has to look at the map the least. You want to know why? Because all the ADC has to do is follow around the support and shoot whoever the support got. ADCs do have terrible macro. You want to know why? Because if there's somebody coming, the support's gonna ping, the jungler's gonna ping, the mid laner might ping, and the ADC could just focus on farm. Just focus on farm. Just farm it up. Now, here, we are at the end of the list. We're about to talk about support. You know, I take pride in being a jungler. I love being a jungler. I think being a jungler is so fucking hard, right? I genuinely do. And it's my favorite role. But honest to God, I don't know how people do it. I have no clue how people main support. Support is by far the hardest role in the game. You want to know why? All the vision is on you. Half the time, all the engage is on you. Another big thing, you're supposed to be the one peeling. And unlike any other one of these roles, as an ADC, oh no, your support sucks, passively farm. As a support, your ADC sucks, what do? I'm gonna roam. Your ADC is gonna get mad, tilt, and int. So you have to sit there and babysit someone that's dog shit just because God decided it. So you're the engage, you're the vision, you're the heal sometimes, you're nearly all the fucking utility in the game. Your itemization is dog shit, but that doesn't matter because you don't get fucking gold. I don't know how anyone plays support. I don't get it. I don't get it. I have so many friends who are support mains, and I'm like, why? It's, yeah, your ADC goes AFK, support can't get gold anymore. The support needs to know when to roam, but roaming is actually a fine science because remember that supports don't get money. If you roam at the wrong time and the enemy jungler just happens to be there, you're fucking dead because every single person on the enemy team can 1v1 you. So you have to do everything for the team. On top of that, and I know that this is a hot button thing, you are forced to be handcuffed to the biggest ego player on the team. If the ADC dies, you should have peeled. If the ADC got CC'd, you should have bought him Mikhails. If the ADC doesn't do enough damage, find a way to make him do more damage. That's what you gotta do. It's like the support is just the biggest, most thankless job I have ever seen in my life. Because a jungler, don't get me wrong, a jungler has to go around and do a lot of shit. I'm a jungle main. I'm not a bad jungle. I just don't like playing ranked. I'm not bad at jungling though. I understand the game. I know if the enemy jungler's bot side, I can get the Herald. If they're top side, I can get the Dragon. You know, I know when to counter gank, I ward deep, etc. I know how to play jungle. But none of that shit is as bad as being a support. None of it. They don't get, you don't get kills. You don't get money. You don't get farm. You know what you get? You get fucking yelled at. That's just it. It sucks. It sucks. I don't get it. I will never understand how people play supports. On top of that, like I said before, as an ADC, the game's not lost in Champ Select. You could farm up and you could figure things out. As a top laner, it's hard in Champ Select, but you could split push, you could counter jungle, you could do whatever you want to get yourself back in the game. As a support, very, very often in Champ Select, you know, and then you get led into just the biggest lose-lose of all time. I could stay with my bot laner, who's very bad at the game, and make sure that he almost doesn't die, but if he gets grabbed, I can't do anything about it. Or I can leave the bot laner, but the bot laner's already 0-3, and then he's going to get upset, and then he's going to blame me for leaving him, and then he's going to... You know what I mean? It's just rough. Yeah, and that's another thing. You're absolutely goddamn right, Taki. As a support, like, what other role in the game do you get yelled at for getting a kill? Nobody ever goes, fuck, the mid laner got it. God dang it, the jungler, the assassin jungler got it. Ah, shoot. My top laner got the kill. Now he's gonna be more tanky or better at fighting. No, I'm a jungle main. Nobody gets mad at me when I take kills. People go, good shit. Even if they ignited, they go, good shit, man. We got to kill. Gank again, they don't have flash. As a support, even if all you're doing, you're Nami, you're running up, you're healing people, you know, you're using your Mikhails, you use whatever, you use your redemption, you're sitting there, you're fighting, you're ulting this person so that they get knocked up, you're bubbling this person so that they don't jump on your ADC, and then in the middle of the fight, while you're processing 70 things happening at once, and you're babysitting everyone, and you're holding everyone up with your fucking two very sweaty and torn apart hands, you auto attack the enemy ADC and you get the kill. You saved everyone. You did it. You did what you were supposed to do. You engaged, you disengaged, you peeled, you healed, You did everything perfectly. Nami, why the fuck did you take that, you dumb bitch? It's so bad. I don't like supports. And this is going to be at the end of the video, but I got to say this. If you're a support main, thank you. 100%. It's not a bait. If you're a support main, thank you. You guys are literally doing a service for the rest of the community because all 4 other roles think they're the hero. Some worse than others, aka ADCs, but everyone else thinks they're the hero. Supports are the people who look around and they go, it's all right. I won't farm. I won't get that sweet gold. I won't get full build. Hell, I won't even get kills. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure you guys do good. If you're a support main, you're amazing. I 100% believe that from the bottom of my heart. You guys are sick. You guys are sick.